नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
ॐ नमो भगवते वासुदेवाय।
सहनावतु सहनौ भुनक्तु सह वीर्यं करवावहै तेजस्विनावधीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै। ॐ शान्ति शान्ति शान्तिः। ॐ असतो मा सद्गमय तमसो मा ज्योतिर्गमय मृत्योर्मामृतङ्गमय। ॐ शान्ति शान्तिः। Good evening. Please see page number 82 for today's quote. This is the 7th batch. I am explaining the same quote. See my condition. For you it is new, but you are the 7th batch for me. Since yesterday morning, MW morning, day batch, evening batch, today morning batch, day batch, afternoon foreign languages, and now you are the 7th batch for me. Right? Same quotation. First quote in the page. If in this hell of a world one can bring a little joy and peace, even for a day, into the heart of a single person, that much alone is true. This I have learned after suffering all my life. All else is mere moonshine. In this hell of a world, the world appeared like hell for Swami Vivekananda. How does it appear to us? మీకు ఎలా కనపడుతుంది ప్రపంచం? నరకంలా కనపడుతుందా, స్వర్గంలా కనపడుతుంది? How does it appear to you? World, does it appear like heaven or hell? Sometimes heaven, sometimes hell. కొన్నిసార్లు నరకము, కొన్నిసార్లు స్వర్గమా? నా బట్ స్వామీజీకి ఎప్పుడు అది నరకంలానే కనపడింది. Was he a pessimist? Vivekananda saw the world as a kind of hell. Was he a pessimist? Pessimist అంటే తెలుసు కదా, ఆప్టిమిస్ట్, పెస్టిమిస్ట్. బుద్ధ ఆల్సో సా లైక్ దట్ ఓన్లీ. బుద్ధుడు కూడా ప్రపంచం అట్లనే కనపడింది. బుద్ధ సా ఆఫ్ ద వరల్డ్ యాజ్ ఇఫ్ ఇట్ వర్ ఆన్ ఫైర్. అది మంటల్లో ఉన్నట్టు, తగలబడిపోతున్నట్టు కనపడింది. యు సీ, ఫర్ ఆల్ గ్రేట్ పీపుల్, because their heart has become so tender and so sensitive, so kind and so soft. Others' pain becomes their own pain because they have expanded their consciousness. For all of us, if something happens to us, we feel the pain of it. If something happens to our immediate family members, we experience the pain. Sibling, brother, sister, father, mother, if something happens to them, it hurts us. Okay, we also suffer. So as the distance increases, that means somebody who is a close relative, you suffer more. If he is a distant relative, you don't suffer that much. If he is not at all related to you, okay, you will never suffer, right? Something happens to somebody who is not related to you don't get concerned, right? It doesn't give us that much of pain. But for people like Vivekananda and Buddha, whose consciousness has expanded, okay, everybody's suffering becomes their suffering. సృష్టిలో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రతి వ్యక్తి యొక్క బాధ వాళ్ళకి బాధ అవుతుంది. Say they have such a sensitive heart that they would be able to judge the quantum of suffering that is there in the world. ప్రపంచంలో ఉన్న క్వాంటమ్ టోటల్ అందరి దుఃఖం కలిపి ఎంత ఉంటుందో అది వాళ్ళకి అర్థమవుతుంది. టోటల్ క్వాంటమ్ ఆఫ్ సఫరింగ్ దట్ ఈస్ దేర్ ఇన్ ద వరల్డ్, దే విల్ అండర్స్టాండ్, దే విల్ గేజ్ ఇట్, అండ్ that gives them a lot of pain. Many people ask me, why did Vivekananda die so young? He gave up his body at the age of 39. He could not bear to see the suffering in the world. ప్రపంచంలో దుఃఖం చూడలేకపోయాడు వివేకానంద స్వామి. Though he did his best to reduce the suffering and gave the highest jnana and the highest knowledge to the best of his ability in just 10 years of time. Okay? But still, because his heart was too tender. Right. That's why Swami is saying, if in this hell of your world, Narakamane Prapanchamlo, if you can give joy to one person at least for one day, little peace and joy, ఒక్క మనిషి జీవితంలో కాస్త శాంతి ఆనందాన్ని మీరు పంచితే, you have lived correctly. Otherwise, it's a moonshine. You have not practiced any religion, Swami says. That is the religion I want to practice, he's saying. Don't preach sermons to people. Have you done this? Have your teaching or your actually any action, has it brought some kind of joy to somebody, at least one person, for one day? That's how you need to define your life. So we all want to become different people. We want to become rich, we want to become celebrity, we want to have political power. Nothing will really give you peace and happiness, fulfillment. Only the joy that you spread to others. Okay? If you can really feel for others' suffering and bring some peace and joy into the life of somebody else, okay, who is not so related or close to you, then that actually is the day where you have lived for a purpose. Our teachers will share with you one video. That video is of Muniba Mazari. She's a Pakistani lady. Okay. In recent years, I have not come across a video which has educated me more than this video. I have learned so many lessons of life by just watching this video. There are so many videos in YouTube, like TED Talks, Think Talks, a number of videos. But this video is something different, okay? This is actually ultimate lessons on personality development you will learn from this single video. You may read 10 books, 1,000 books, but more than that, because she has expressed whatever she has said from her own life experience. It will touch the deepest chord of your heart. And just so kindly watch this video. Okay, I don't have time to explain the whole story. You listen it from her own words. And some of the beautiful statements she makes, okay, are this. Yes, she says, problems are not big, but we have become small. Okay? Problems are not big, but we have become small. That's why it's important that you make yourself strong by the day. Okay? I can face any challenge, I can face any hardship. All strength I have, okay? I have the determination, I have that courage, I have the strength, I have that capacity in me. Keep on saying to yourself, motivate yourself. Then you will find that problem is not really that big. Most of the times it's our mind which makes the problem big. When you consider yourself weak, not capable of handling the situation, automatically problem becomes bigger. And she says, heroes have no gender. Okay, she actually, when she was 20 years old, she met with an accident. After that, her husband left her, and she was bedridden for 2 years and 2.5 months. Okay, you have seen the video? Anybody? Muniba Majari? Yes, senior students under Dilsu. Okay, so she says, my mother is my hero, and she says that heroes have no gender. How mother consoled her when she was on the bed, and she said, these two will pass, and she said that God has a greater plan for you. When somebody actually has become bedridden, somebody actually has become paralyzed because of the spinal cord injury, where actually she will be required to confine herself to a wheelchair for the rest of her life. And when somebody says that God has a greater plan for you, really will you believe? Sadhyama? యాక్సిడెంట్ అయిందండి, యాక్సిడెంట్ అయిన తర్వాత నీకు తెలిసిపోయింది, డాక్టర్స్ చెప్పారు నువ్వు జీవితాంతం వీల్ చైర్లో ఉండాలని. అప్పుడు మీ బంధువు ఎవరో వచ్చి, మీ అమ్మ నాన్న వచ్చి, లేదు గాడ్ హ్యాస్ అ గ్రేటర్ ప్లాన్ ఫర్ యూ, ఓకే అంటే నమ్ముతామా? ఇస్ ఇట్ పాసిబుల్ టు బిలీవ్? But really, actually, she did not believe at that point of time. But her mother told, God has a greater plan for you, wait and see. But her mother's words came true. God keeps few such examples in our society to make us understand what we really have. Most of the time, we have this sense of feeling that actually our neighbor actually is leading a better life. He or she actually is enjoying life more. And we are not happy with what God has given us. Okay? ఎప్పుడు మనం కంప్లైంట్ చేస్తూనే ఉంటాం, అది ఇస్తే బాగుండేది, ఇది ఇస్తే బాగుండదు, నాకు అది లేదు, ఇది లేదు. ఓకే, బట్ లర్న్ టు చెరిష్ వాట్ యూ హ్యావ్. గాడ్ విల్ గివ్ యూ మోర్. ఇట్స్ వెరీ ఇంపార్టెంట్. Don't become a grumbler. Don't actually crib and whine. Always be happy with whatever that God has given you. And if you are happy and contented with that, God give you more. But if you are cribbing type and whining type and grumbling type, okay, all the time dissatisfied, disgruntled, God will not give you more. God likes the joyful faces. If you really want to know how rich you are, how wealthy you are, how fortunate you are, how blessed you are, okay, listen to her story. She only says this: if you really want to know how blessed you are, you just listen to my story. God has given you so much, you are already so rich, but you are not aware of it. So that's why please watch this video to learn so many lessons of life. Okay, thank you. Nice evening.